All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are taking another look at the AI sector, looking at SoundHound, Guard Force, and BBAI. Man, last video was right here and things were starting to look a little optimistic, but I definitely said has to get over both the 8 and the 20. Normally I say just get over the 8 and things will be okay, but I know I stress the 20 as well. You can see we don't get both, and obviously some bad things happen here, right? So we'll talk about the details shortly, but real quick, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our 5 moving averages, these horizontal support and resistance lines, and then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms, but even if you don't, just thank you so much for watching these, okay? And then if you disagree with anything I got to say, please throw it in the comments, okay? I am not here pretending to be perfect. I don't have a crystal ball, and yeah, if your opinion's better than mine, I for sure want to hear it, okay? All right, so let's get into the details. I'm pretty sure there was some bad earnings that happened here. Honestly, I don't know if it was here before last week's video or if it was somewhere in here and it just happened. If you have those details, I'd appreciate it in the comments, but I know AI, the stock, had good earnings. This one for sure didn't. I actually think Guard Force, the next one we'll look at, also did not, okay? Earnings aside, you know I have no idea what the earnings said, right? I really don't care. What I care about are the technicals, okay? And obviously, good things happen over the 8, good things happen over the 20. Once it's lost both, I start getting a little worried, right? That's generally how it goes. And it's funny, right? Because I'm telling you, normally I would say, hey, just break the 8 and things are good. But the reason I did say break the 20 is, look, you have 1, 2, 3 lines with the purple one right there. They're so tight with each other, right? I know it doesn't scream horizontal cluster, but I didn't want to be anywhere in the middle of this, right? I wanted to get over it and fly. Otherwise, I just kind of thought we would keep going horizontal. I'm really surprised how bad it lost the 200. It makes me believe this day was the earnings, maybe on the 8th. But yeah, look, devastating loss of the 200 and the 8, quick loss of the 50, quick loss of the 100. I have, man, my next support line's down here, and that does actually make sense. I think I'll draw one right here because that looks like it's not quite 50% candle. I'll be honest. I think I'm actually going to lower it a little bit. I'm going to put it like right there. I think this 50% candle might be another resistance where it stops. But yeah, I mean, a lot of things are screaming this is going to come to 1. Now, look, that's definitely a very low RSI. You know, around 20, I start to talk about recovery. I mean, just look at this screen right here. You can see it's been as low as 16, so there's definitely still some room. And honestly, I don't like this volume. I don't like how the MACD looks. MACD just crossed into the negative, and it looks like the green wants to keep going down. I'm not seeing any sort of like curve. Like, this is bad. We just fell out of the last moving average. Obviously, we need Monday to confirm it. But if Monday confirms it, green can really quickly bring us to 133. You know what I mean? So there's like a baby plateau right here, maybe like 148. But honestly, I think I like this 50% candle right here to stop it. Otherwise, it'll basically go to the bottom of that candle and hit that $1 where we got it, right? So, man, really disappointing. And again, it's all about being above moving averages than being in between, or definitely not under, right? So again, I will say I'm sure this had a lot to do with earnings, but just technically speaking, there's not a lot of surprise here, right? That devastating 200 loss really could have avoided this drop down to 2. You know what I mean? So not a lot of good here, and really the problem is it's actually kind of saying more pain is coming. You know what I mean? So be careful here for sure. Big test on the weekly. We definitely just lost 2 moving averages on the week, all right? We lost the 8 and the 20. One of 2 things is happening. We're either confirming that's correct and coming down here. Maybe we'll come to like 50% candle and close around 240. I'll be honest. I don't see us coming up to 280 or even breaking the 8 on the weekly. I kind of think best case scenario would be this 240. What does 240 look like on the daily? Where are we? 2 Look at that. 240 is right at the 50 moving average. I can maybe see us coming back to the 50. I just don't see us breaking that 8 here or breaking that 8 here. So, again, that's not a good RSI. That's definitely horrible weekly volume. Actually, looks like the horrible weekly volume is growing a little bit, right? It was, what was this? This was 64. This was a little bit 64 and then 74, right? So we're definitely raising volume. You know, I say volume's king, but unfortunately that volume is nothing but a bunch of sell-off, and obviously we see it right here on the daily, right? So a lot to be worried about here, and one more time, it does not seem like the end is over. For sure, this is where we should rebound, but again, I think that 240 number that we ended with, I'll just say it one more time, seems realistic here for Friday. GG Guard Force, hold on, sorry. Guard Force, GFAI. There we go. My bad. Okay, let's take a look at this. Man, again, same day, right? We made the last video on the 3rd. Clearly, it was actually the same story, right? This is in 3 moving averages. Obviously, I have this line right here. Obviously, the big story would have at least been get over the 50 moving average, so hopefully bring us here. A horrible after, right? Just super sad, actually. This isn't that bad a following day candle, but obviously this is not good enough confirmation. More than anything, we don't break the lines that we needed, either this one or that one, and then clearly we just lose the 8 and just start going down hard. This one's really sad. This one's for sure really sad, right? And what the problem with this one is well below the moving averages, right? Where we just saw SOUN hound. Damn, I'm messing up these. My gosh, I'm sorry. Sound, what am I doing? Sound hound. There we go. The problem here is we're still kind of in the moving averages, hasn't really fallen out yet. Again, like I said, if Monday falls, that'll be bad. With GFAI, Guard Force, we've actually fallen under them, and now we're heading down, right? What happens after 502? Is 502? Oh my goodness. So this is way too close to all-time lows. There's a lot of things that are saying, I mean, 502 cannot be lost, okay? There's maybe a chance we recover a little bit, but honestly, what I'm actually seeing is us going further and further away from the 8, right? We go further away, we kind of try to come, we obviously break it, and now we're going to kind of go further away, I think. I don't see this being over here again. I really think we're going to lose 502 and head down even more. That's super scary. Man, this one, there's not a lot of stuff I can say here. This is just really bad. That's a horrible weekly. RSI definitely doesn't look like it's over yet. MACD doesn't even look like the worst has started yet. So good luck if you're in this one. Guard Force scares me for real. Do not lose 502 here. Damn, there's not a lot of good to say here. Okay, what are we looking at here? We are not looking at good things here either. Straight up 3 for 3, straight up all bad, all right? We just lost the 200. We definitely get a pretty bad doji. Look, you know doji's always, this does not count as confirmation, all right? However, this just, there's not a lot of like hope, right? We've just seen 3. On the other 2 that I did on the last video, AI and Palantir, I know Palantir lost the dollar that it was supposed to. I'll be honest, I didn't really look at AI. I won't do that here, but basically we're now 4 of 5 AI stocks that are just not doing good. This doji kind of tells me, hey, I'm pretty sure we're going to lose this and gap all the way here. That's really why this doji's here, right? This is very well could be where it could bounce up, or this is very well where we do a quick fall down to 77. That deserves a doji in my head. There's definitely uncertainty, and I think we'll get our answer on Monday, in all honesty. So be really careful here. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but it looks like we're looking at a dead horse across this sector. I am still very much a believer that AI is going to be important. Clearly, the markets aren't doing that well. Everything's going to do bad. There's no single stock that's better than the markets, right? But there's a lot to be worried about. And look, again, if we lose that 20 moving average, which is really close to my line, we're falling. And there's not even anything in the weekly for me to like draw. Like, I'm not gonna draw this right here. This 132, I don't think is gonna be enough to like stop it. Maybe, but I don't. I do see it being a quick fall down. So hey, be very, very careful across these three stocks, to say the least. Trade safely. If you disagree with anything I got to say, please throw it in the comments.